Creepy Hollow? Oh, well, that sounds like a place I'm definitely gonna want to go and visit. I love all things horror, all things spooky, scary. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome back to the Sims Castaway Stories, where our girl Jessica is not only surviving, but definitely thriving on an island after being shipwrecked. She made some big moves, including leaving the freeloaders behind at the Shady Lagoon so she could move in with her new guy, Mr. Timothy. Exciting! So with that being said, I actually have a little bit of a theory of what's coming up in the story, what might be happening. But if you would like to skip my theory and go straight into chapter 15, which is Village People, then skip to this time in the video because that's when we're going to start the gameplay. But if you want to hear my theory, well, stick around. I developed this theory while I was editing the last video and just kind of retaking in the story of the tribe that Timothy was telling us. So I wrote it all down. I'm going to read from my notes because I wrote it out pretty nicely in my notes. So I have like 3 parts to this theory, okay? The first part is that the Professor Reinhardt, is not the pilot. I know this entire time I've been sitting here thinking that he's the pilot, but I have a feeling that the professor was traveling with the pilot, and that the professor and the pilot were the outsiders that were invited. Like Timothy was telling us that the shaman invited the outsiders to the festival of the volcano. I have a feeling that the pilot and the professor did something awful that stole the power of the volcano. Like Timothy mentioned how the shaman lost his power. They weren't sure whether it was the volcano or whether it was stolen by the outsiders. That was still up for debate. I have a feeling that the professor and the pilot did something awful that took the power of the volcano away from the village. And because of that, they were killed by the villagers. But my theory then is that the professor actually survived whatever the villagers did to try and kill them. I just find it strange that the professor hasn't shared any of his backstory about how he came to be on the island. And like, we've been assuming that he's the pilot, so Jessica probably has been as well, right? But it's just strange because you find a whole lot of new people that have been shipwrecked and you don't immediately say, oh my god, this is how I came to be here. All we know is that he's been here for a really long time, and we know that he has been observing the villagers. He's let us know that he's been studying them for quite some time. So if he did something awful and maybe still has bad intentions, of course he wouldn't want to share his backstory with us, would he? No, of course not. So if he did survive whatever the villagers did to try and kill him, it would make sense that he would lay low to avoid being caught by the villagers once again. Part 2 of my theory is that Jessica is going to restore the power of the volcano. I mentioned it in the last video, but if it was outsiders who stole the power of the volcano to begin with, outsiders that have bad intentions and did bad things, then it would make sense that an outsider with good intentions doing good things for the villagers, for the island, would be able to restore the power of the volcano. I don't yet know how, but I just have a feeling that that's going to be part of the ending of the story, is that Jessica's going to somehow be able to restore the power of the volcano, being an outsider and doing good things for the village, to negate the bad things that the previous outsiders did. And part 3 of my theory is going back to the professor and him having done bad things and still having bad intentions. I very briefly mentioned at the very end of last episode that what if he uses the freeloaders to do something bad to the villagers? I definitely think that's going to happen. I'm just going to read from what I've written here because I wrote it down perfectly here. So the freeloaders clearly can't think or fend for themselves, and the professor has done an excellent job in keeping them alive and gaining their trust, making them allies. I think when the story reaches its peak, the professor is going to use the freeloaders to try and sabotage the village and the villagers, maybe even Jessica as well, and Jessica's going to somehow have to save the day. I do think it could be possible that the professor could try and turn the villagers against Jessica in a weird way, right? So going with the fact that we think that the professor is shady, doing shady things. He's done shady things in his past, right, towards the villagers. Maybe when the villagers find out that Jessica knows the professor, it's going to create some tension. It's going to create some hostility even. I don't know. So these are all of the theories that I have in my head at the moment. Given that we are just past the halfway point, I think it's really interesting to have this be the theory that I've got at the moment. We'll see what happens when the story plays out. So with that being said, let's jump into the Sims Castaway Stories and see what drama is going to unfold today. Okay, so at this point we are coming into chapter 15, which is called Village People. We've just had the little cutscene where Jessica's moving in. We know that the villagers actually bought the raft to the village residents, and we're moving in. We're about to find out what the house looks like. So with that being said, let's take a look at our surroundings. Well, I see that there's something rather large to dig up. Got a little fire. Wyatta did come with us, my girl. There she is. I'm so excited. All right, so we are here with Timothy and with Huhana and our raft, right? And then over here, high up on the hill, we have the chief and Nanihi here. Is this our house? Is this our house? Right here on the rock, overlooking the ocean? I was wondering whether Timothy was going to move in with us. I guess not, because there's only a single bed. Look, we moved pretty quickly in the last episode, so I'm kind of happy to maybe slow things down a bit. This is really nice, though. All right, let's see what's happening though. Huhana is coming to chat to us. She was going to make the sails for us for the mast for our raft. She says, "Hello, Jessica. We are happy to have you among us here. I have finished weaving your sail." Thank you so much, Huhana. That is very sweet of you. Thank you, Huhana. Yes, Jessica. So if we have a look in our rewards, we do have the woven grass sail. That's all it says, is the woven grass sail. Fantastic. Attach the sail. With all the excitement lately, I had almost forgotten about my raft. Now that's very interesting, isn't it? With all the excitement lately, maybe she's starting to think that she doesn't want to leave the island. Now, I did get a comment on the last episode about how it might seem like the villagers are wanting Jessica to get married quickly so that she doesn't leave. I don't particularly see that as a bad thing. I personally, and I may be wrong, but I personally don't see the villagers as malicious. I see them as a good force. The freeloaders, the professor, I see them as malicious. I don't see the villagers as malicious at all. And for the fact that they clearly had something absolutely awful happen with the outsiders when they were invited to be a part of something last time, and they've been so trusting of Jessica because she saved Nanihi's life, I think that says a lot for them, and I personally don't see the villagers as malicious at all. I just wanted to mention that too. She thinks to herself, "I'm one step closer to home, my other home." There we go. That looks so good. Jessica, it is time to stop living in the past and dreaming of the future. Live in this moment, here, now. Timothy, I did know indeed that I like you, okay? Seriously. Oh, you don't need to cry, my guy. It's fine. And here comes the chief to have a chat to us. He says, "You are here. Good. I'm told your raft needs a rudder. If you complete a task for me, I will have my people make a rudder for you." Okay, what's the task, chief? What sort of task? I'm sure it's one that we can complete. We've completed many tasks between last episode and this one. We can do it. "Our old village was abandoned because of a curse. This curse took many lives, so we fled." Tell me more, chief. Tell me more. "In our haste, I left my sacred drum behind in a basket. Will you fetch it for me?" Yes, but what horrors will I experience along the way is my question. It's fine. Of course I'll do it, chief. No worries. Sure, but why me? Probably because you're not an official part of the village yet, okay? He says our shaman, Amanaki Tama, won't allow anyone from the village to go back to the old village lest the curse claim more of our lives. Okay, so Shaman Tama is who invited the outsiders to the volcano festival last time. I thought that that was a really, really long time ago, and maybe it was. That's just interesting. Right, that's fair. That's fair. Of course I'll go, because I'm still technically an outsider to you guys. It's all good. He may allow you, an outsider, to go there. Perfectly fine. I totally get it. Am I going to meet the shaman? Am I going to meet him right now? So the curse can get a chance at me too? I did not say it would be an easy task. Do not worry. The shaman has always been too superstitious. Okay, if you say so, chief. If you say so. Jessica says, "All right, where is this shaman? I would like to meet him." Creepy Hollow? Oh, well, that sounds like a place I'm definitely gonna want to go and visit. I love all things horror, all things spooky scary. So we're gonna go to Creepy Hollow. Is it like Sleepy Hollow, but creepy instead? No worries. I like the sound of that. Jessica probably doesn't. Darn, I was hoping for Pleasure Cove or Chocolate Flats. How do I get to Creepy Hollow? It is not far. Go to the jungle and find the Shaman's guards. Okay, no worries. So that's going to be the goal to go to Creepy Hollow. Abandoned village, curse, shaman. This just keeps getting better. No time to waste. Well, actually, a little time to waste. I would prefer to not go there in the middle of the night. Jessica could probably use a little bit of a rest, so I'm going to do that probably in the morning. So I'll catch up with you guys in the morning when we're gonna go to Creepy Hollow. Hey, did you know that 66% of you watching right now have not subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you'd like to see some fun Sims 4 gameplay, some Sims 4 creator sim videos, some build videos, and even some Sims games of the past, then hit the subscribe button down below and join my wonderful community of Triceratops. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. Alright, it is morning time and I did use some of our resources to buy a shower, to buy a stovetop so we could cook some proper meals, and also we did have to leave our storage trunk back at the Shady Lagoon, so I got a new one. This one looks much nicer anyway for storing our food. So I did use some of our resources. We now have 1,112 resources. Still doing very well though. I'm just getting Jessica to clean up her mess and then we're gonna go to Creepy Hollow. I'm so excited for it actually. Alright, here we are at the village harbour. Now it says the portal closest to the water. I'm assuming that's this one over here where a Colo used to hang out. So let's go and check this one out. Here we go, loading the jungle. I'm a little bit nervous actually. So the Shaman's guards are going to be here, obviously stopping anyone trying to go back to the old village, right? Okay, well this must be the portal, right? Do I have to talk to you guys first? I'm assuming these are the guards. I'm going to explore, see what happens. I'm assuming they're going to try and stop me. Okay, that's fine. No words at all. We're loading into Creepy Hollow. I'm actually a little bit nervous, like excited, but nervous at the same time. Did this place get called Creepy Hollow when you guys lived here, or did you call it Creepy Hollow after the curse? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Anyway, I'm waiting for a goal. So, oh, I found the shaman. Anyway, we're at chapter 16, Idle Fancy. That was a super quick chapter. Let's just read over chapter 15, Village People first. You can see it was a very short one. So, with all the excitement lately, I had almost forgotten about my raft. I hoisted the woven grass sail that Huhana made for me. The raft is looking good, but I should take my time and do it right. No need to rush it. Besides, I hate my job back at the city. You hate being a writer, Jessica? I mean, it's interesting, right? Just more reason to stay here. Anyway, abandoned village, curse, shaman, this just kept getting better. The chief sent me to talk to the tribe's excommunicated shaman. Didn't mention that he was excommunicated. Anyway, that's fine. In Creepy Hollow, the place lives up to the name. Can't wait to meet the decorator. He'll probably want to make a skin suit out of me. Okay, well, let's do just that. Jessica says, my flesh is trying to leap off my bones, so I guess that this must be the place. Okay, Jessica, I'm sorry you're feeling that way. That must be the shaman, doing shamany things. Okay, well, the goal is speak with the shaman. I hate to interrupt, but it doesn't look like I have a choice. Let's go and chat to him. Hi, I'm rude and late. Well, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I know I didn't come last night when I got told to come, but look, I was tired, okay? And also, I'm not rude so far. You are, anyway. Late, but silence. I know who you are, Jessica. Now tell me why you are here. The chief sent me to ask for permission to enter the abandoned village. Look, it would probably make sense for the shaman to be very wary of me, right? Because he was the one that invited the outsiders last time, and they did wrong, clearly. So it would make sense that he would be a bit wary. No one may enter lest the curse overtake us all, but I see you are not from around here. Still, I have a jaguar guarding the area. Why do I feel like I've already met your jaguar? Why do I already feel like it's Marta, the jaguar that attacked me last time? Do you think the curse would affect me? The volcano's wrath does not discriminate. Until the stolen idol is restored to the temple, no one is safe. The stolen idol? Is it Spalding that you're talking about? Because I know exactly where Spalding is and all you needed to do was ask, my guy. Stolen idol? Could he be talking about Spalding? My thoughts exactly. Oh my god, if I bring you this stolen idol, then will you let me enter the village? He made her cry! He made her cry. Oh my god, talk about rude, that's you! Anyway, yes, but who are you to accomplish what the chief himself could not? Oh, I don't like this man. I don't like him at all. Oh, I was willing to look past the fact that he was being wary, but oh my god, I don't like you at all. You made Jessica cry. No one makes Jessica cry. Just a gal that's willing to try. Yes, my girl. That's all you can be, is just a girl willing to try. Brave words from a foolish girl. Go and do not return without the idol. I won't return without the idol. I am just gonna gather some bones while I'm here for more resources because I see them. Oh, I do not like that man. So the goal is to find Spalding. I remember exactly where I saw the idol last. I hope it's still there. I was just gonna say, I freaking hope that the freeloaders didn't take Spalding when they walked through the gate. I really hope that that's not the case. Anyway, it should be over at the Primeval Shrine. Let's go, Jessica. Tiki, you're one of the ones that was with Wayata, and that's very nice. Is Spalding still... I freaking knew that he was not gonna be here. Oh, okay. But if I'd had a closer look at the goal, it says, to find Spalding, open the map and click on the Simian City lot. The orangutans have taken Spalding again, so he is back under the tree where you originally found him. Are we about to get into another fight with an orangutan? Oh, there he is. I guess orangutans like their bric-a-brac too, and fair enough. So who do we got? We've got Aroha and Marama. It says to just take. I'm assuming we're about to get into a fight with orangutans again.
What's up?
Okay, well, I guess I was wrong. Time to take you home, Spalding. So the goal is return the idol to the Shaman and now return to Creepy Hollow. Oh, look, Creepy Hollow's all the way down here. The jungle is over here. Okay. We have really opened up this side of the map. I mean, there's still a lot more to explore, and there's the volcano as well, but we're going to go back to Creepy Hollow. I don't particularly really want to go back and see him, but it's fine. My face exactly! Jessica! Oh my god! We got a new story reward and Jessica says a pat on the back would have sufficed. 100%! Oh my god. He says, you have done it. The volcano smiles upon you. Do you though? Are you finally not going to be rude to me? Seriously. Thank you. So I can go to the Forbidden Village now? To enter the Forbidden Village, go to the crossroads. There you must pass by the jaguar Marta. Well, she's like, haha, Marta, we go way back. Marta means the eye, for she is ever watchful. You cannot slip by her. Okay. Oh, whoa, the story reward we got was the bubble blower. I was hoping that we would have like a bone fragment to distract Marta, but we do not. Can't you just order Marta to move or to let me pass? I'm afraid not. My influence over the island and its inhabitants weakens with each passing day. That's interesting. Well, clearly you've still got some power because you teleported. Anyway, Jessica says, what can I do? You must first win her friendship as I did by means of an herbal charm. Sure, charm the jaguar. Got it, no problem. I think the lightning says it all. Pick the leaf of the Nepeta plant and rub it on the back of your hands. Only then will Marta see you as a friend, okay? What does she see me as now? Probably lunch. Food. Yup. We already knew that, Jessica. Okay. The cat's meow. Time to go leaf hunting. What should I use as bait? My solar-like beauty, but I'm gonna have to stop because that's 2 chapters. That was very quick. Well, last episode was a mega episode, so I'm happy for this one to be a shorter episode, but Idle Fancy for chapter 16, we got, I hated to interrupt, but it didn't look like I had a choice. That shaman was meditating like it was his job. It probably is at the moment. After speaking with him, I realized that all the fuss was about my old buddy Spalding. I knew there was something special about that idol. I'm a great judge of the personified character. Look, honestly, she's kind of proven that to be true. Her immediate sort of distrust of the freeloaders, yes, but she hasn't quite got it with the professor, I feel. Anyway, it's fine. I remembered exactly where I last saw the idol. I hoped it's still there. It wasn't. I found Spaulding back with the orangutans in Simian City. Maybe I'll open a lost and found hut. I returned to Creepy Hollow. That Shaman is one neat guy, but just an okay kisser. I don't even think he's a particularly neat guy at the moment. Anyway, he couldn't believe that I found the missing idol. The Shaman told me what I need to do in order to get past the jaguar guarding the forbidden village. Find a leaf in a jungle. I guess that's a bit like finding a needle in a haystack, but you guys, we're gonna have to wait until the next episode of the Sims Castaway Stories to hear the cat's meow to be able to go to the old village. We are on a bit of a journey. It's exciting. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Sims Castaway Stories. If you would like to see more of me, more of this story unfolding and seeing if any of my theories are correct, then hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!